Live? Are we live? Is this live?
Meow, meow.
This isn't live.
Guys, we're live.
I
Meow.
think we're live, yeah.
It's live. Meow meow.
I think.
Meow, meow.
Hi, guys. Welcome to Crafted. And tonight we have Dr. Anthony, Skipper, and Rico. And we've got a special one lined up tonight. Let me see if I can pop chat. Oh, I know. How do I pop chat up? Comments.
If it's real special,
There we
I
go.
might have to leave.
Then it's
I
still
don't wanna
pretty
mess
small.
it up.
Well, so today we're going to ask more questions and talk about things versus doing a normal craft, because right now I had an order for 4 of my axolotl caves from Lucas Brett's, and I need to make those. So I thought I would make those and we could also talk about stuff at the same time. And I got my Christmas in January. No, not Christmas in January. Christmas in July from Foxy Fish and Luke Wang. So it came in today, a little dented up. Hopefully it wasn't fine china, because that would be a bummer. But what have you guys been up to lately? We'll start with Skipper. You were gone all last week.
Yeah. So I did stream Sunday, but all last week I did it's called the Fireman's Convention, where the county gets together and they play, we'll call them Fireman's Reindeer Games. And it's pretty fun. They all get to have a good time. Well, we hosted it this year, so we had to do all the work. So I sent some pictures to people of me cooking sausage and French fries. That's all I did. But
The
now
whole time?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I helped with the kitchen. And we had a parade, which was an hour long. I couldn't believe it. Well, other than that, then I had to get caught up back with the fish room, because unfortunately it gets neglected when that happens.
Yeah.
I learned something about rainbow shiners. They don't like warm water. My basement is 77 degrees and I can't keep it cool. And I lost my whole colony because of
Oh no.
Yeah, I never thought it would get that warm in this basement. But lo and behold, when you add more tanks, what do you get? More heat and humidity. So I learned that
Each one
the hard
turns into
way.
a radiator.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. But the rainbow darters are doing fine, so it's throwing me off a little bit. But I know that's what the reason was. There's no sickness in that tank. I got a box too. I won't talk about that until you talk about yours. But other than that, just trying to get back into my routine.
Yep. That's tough. Well, last week I had my cousin and her son for a week and had a lot of fun with them from Iowa. Uncle Bruce's daughter and grandson. And hi, if you're there. We had a blast last week. So much fun, but it's tough getting back into the routine. So I totally understand what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Anthony, what's going on? Are you still in Peru?
I am still in Peru, yes. Basically flat on my back most of the day because of my herniated disc.
No.
Yep. So I'm, getting better since my wife got back from the U.S. So she brought me some good medicine. And then the tanks arrived and we're putting glass in all of them, except one panel was cracked of glass. And so we had to replace that, and it'll be here in 10 days.
Just one.
Congratulations.
That's not bad. Out of how many tanks?
Out of 10 panels. These are triple pane glass panels, because the thickest glass you can get in Peru is 10 millimeters, and we needed 30 millimeter glass.
Gotcha.
So they annealed 3 panes together, and one of the panes actually had cracked. So And it wasn't the company's fault because we've had them for 2 years. They were in the original tanks and we took them out, and somehow it got cracked. And when we called them, they said, "Oh, we'll replace it, and we'll even give you a discount for it." So they actually gave us a discount on replacing the glass. So not all companies are bad companies here in Peru, for sure.
Good to hear.
Well,
That is good to hear. I'm glad you're starting to make some headway.
Yeah.
but backs are nothing to mess around with. That's herniated disc turned into a collapsed disc, or ruptured and collapsed disc for me, and that damaged my spine. So when you get back to America, get it looked at.
Oh yeah,
Sure.
yeah, I will. That's I've had back surgery before, so I don't take it very lightly, for sure.
That's
Well,
cool. Well, not cool that you've had it, but what
Yeah.
I learned that through my father. He went through it, and unfortunately, he got the bad 50. But yeah, that's no fun.
Well, Rico, have you been up to anything good in the last week?
Well, I haven't been handling fireman sausage like Skipper or taking drugs like Dr. A, but I still had a pretty good week. It was pretty fun.
You handled some sausage, but you're
It wasn't fireman sausage though. Not really. No, there wasn't really any changes. It's same old stuff. You guys were all busy and you're trying to get back in the routine. I didn't do anything, and I'm still trying to get back in the routine. So I really didn't have anything happen this week other than the pond is looking great. Everything's doing really good out there. The guppies are doing great. I did get some Paleatus cories, and they're already moved in. I didn't even wait I didn't do quarantine for very long. They're already moved in with the Gadeids, and they're looking beautiful. That's the extent of it. Nothing else is new. Nothing's never new. Nothing's never new with my fingers.
got your fingers.
Well, speaking of fingers, I've got a medical question for Dr. Anthony.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Everybody at home do this too.
Okay, here's a medical question.
Okay.
Medical part.
Wait, Ed, before you do that, before you dive in, because I know we want to talk about that, do you want to run through and say some highs to everybody? We missed that today.
Would you like to hit those? Because you're awesome at it.
I'm okay at it. I'll do it. I'll go off the participants, which there really aren't that many on that, which is weird because there's a lot of people here. But so say something, people. Put something in the chat. Do it now. Do it now.
You want to be mentioned?
Please?
Say hello
Please?
to Rico right now.
Because I see a lot of people I see in the chat that aren't in here, which is weird. It's like it's not picking them up. Oh, it's running very slow for some reason. It might just be on my side.
I see Jenna P here, and I wonder if Stephen P's here. I had a dream, and they were both in my dream last night. I was leaving my house, and they were sitting on my mom and dad's couch, not my couch, but in their living room, watching TV. And I went up, and normally I say hi, mom, or see you, mom, dad, or something. But instead, I said, see you, Jenna, see you, Stephen, and left. And that was it.
Well, they were on you see the live stream with them at Bex's house? They were sitting on a couch doing the live stream, and there is a ton of people in there now. So
yeah, but Jenna was finally made one of my dreams. And the rest of the dream was kind of bizarre. I dreamt that I was the G.I. Joes needed to hire a plumber, so they hired me. And I'm like, I'm not a plumber.
But it's a G.I.
Joe. Better if you said Mario and Luigi showed up.
I'm actually a little concerned about your dreams there, Ed, because you've had quite a few of them that have been out there. Okay, here real quick. Adam McReynolds, hello. Amisa, hi. Boots and Cats, Carlos Diaz, Chattanooga Ed, Cody V, Daniel Velez, Dapper Dennis, Fish Fam Link, Fish Rumor, Stephen, Jenna P, Jennifer Weaver, Linda Worth, Eduardo Muppet, Nancy B in Tennessee, Nathan Hovey. Nathan's gonna be my guest for the focus on Saturday too. Excited about that. Night Owl Aquatics, Oinky, Orchids and Endlers, Orchids, Orkers, I said. Orkers and Endlers, I said. I always mess your name up. Pooplin, Sarah J, Cat House, Shane, Stephen P, TJ Autocross, Travis Myers, and Vanoski. And if anybody else I missed you, hi.
That's a whole mess of them. Okay, before we get into a lot of the fish stuff, I have a medical question though to ask Dr. Anthony.
Okay.
Can you take your hand like this and touch your shoulder with your palm? I can only touch mine with my fingers. Looks like Skipper, can you do it?
No, there's got to be a joke here.
Yeah,
That's what I'm thinking.
there's
No, it's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's like I was wondering why some people can touch their shoulders with their palms, and look, I can't do it.
I can
No,
do
not
it
like
with
that,
my palm.
Skipper. You gotta lift it straight up.
What?
That'll make it depends on how big the bicep is.
Yeah, it has to do with the biceps size.
I can't do it because my biceps getting long.
Yeah.
Oh.
If you have
Maybe
if you
it's-
have small biceps, you can do it.
I can't do it because I'm friggin' fat.
Okay.
Well, I didn't say
Well,
there
let's go
was
with-
muscle there. I can flex that. Okay.
Renee can do
Big
it.
tank tanks like this.
And she has Wheelo arms. She has peg arms. So, you know,
Willow?
Wheelo means
she do it?
skinny in Spanish.
Oh,
I was looking for the hand to smack him in the back of the head. For
No, no.
saying-
She's
Can you
on
ask
the
her to
bed
do
beside me. What was that?
Can you ask her to try?
She did it. She can do it with both arms.
Oh,
With
wow.
both hands. Yeah.
I can just barely do it though.
Well,
Yeah, she said she can just
okay,
barely do it.
everybody at home do it, and then type. Oh, I wish I had a. Rico, do we know how to set up one of those things so it's like a voting thing?
A
the
pole,
poll,
you mean?
you have to do it. It's just in the bottom of the chat, but you pop the chat out, and it doesn't usually have those controls at the bottom when you pop it out.
I don't like popping things when I'm on the live stream. So
Yeah, that's not a good idea.
maybe what we'll do is I'll do one of those
Well,
community page polls.
There's two
Let people
tests.
join.
There's two tests. So guys have to do this one, and women have to try and touch their elbows behind their back. That's what the test was.
No one can touch your elbow behind your back.
It pushes your breast forward.
Well,
No, behind you.
Oh, like this. Oh, like that. Oh.
My wife is
Yeah.
trying it. You know,
You're welcome, Dr. A.
yeah.
well, Dr. Anthony, I got another scientific question for you.
What?
And that is this fish. This fish was found down in Florida. It's
Okay.
a Florida gar.
Piebald Florida guard. Yep.
Now, but what about all this orange? Is
Well,
that
that's-
unusual for these?
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, you've seen gar. Gar are mostly gray spotted. So yeah, that's something very anomalous for them.
Okay,
So-
but this isn't from mixing with invasive species or anything?
No, what invasive species is going to mix with a gar?
I don't
Most-
know.
You can't cross species barrier for most fish. So it's just, you know, it's that's what creates
I-
new
or-
color varieties in most fish. Is you know, just a brand new sport that all of a sudden appears in a group of babies.
So this guy pulling this one out just lessened the chance of us having more orange in the future
Potentially, yes.
because it's probably not going to breed with
Yeah.
others and keep passing these orange genes.
But the problem is when
Well,
you
that's a
have
shame.
when you have fish like this, when they're small, they're more prone to be eaten anyway. So the
And then bright colored is even
Yeah, but-
worse.
the fact that it's you know, it's made it to this size means that, you know, it's a very healthy fish.
It's
Well-
still a young one, right?
Yeah, but I would say
When-
it's probably a good 8 inches, 10 inches.
When this guy first got it, though, he found it when it was only 3 inches long. It was
Oh,
just a
okay.
baby. He was catching. He was pulling out invasive. He was pulling out a whole bunch of red devils.
Okay.
He found a pond or area filled with red devils, so he was just trying to pull them all out, and he just threw this one with it. And when he brought it home, he thought, well, wait a minute, this one has a different body shape. So he's been growing it out at home. He said he didn't want to have gars though because they kind of put off that gross slime
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
and like northern pikes have that slime too. Is that just all pikes have that slime coat?
Well, all fish have that slime. Some
Yeah,
have
but I
more
mean,
slime than others.
I was just wondering if like pikes just have a much thicker slime coat.
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking the same thing, Nathan.
Well, what did Nathan say?
He wants to know if it's from Catch 'em All Fishing or Monster Mike that found it.
You don't know. It was suggested to me to watch this video, and I did. And I don't think I'm subbed to Monster Mike. Or is that his name, Monster Mike?
Yeah.
Hmm.
He hasn't put videos out in a long time.
Well, it was just suggested to me, and I watched the thing, and I thought it was just very fascinating about the different colored gar. Because
that's just nuts. Because that reminds me of like your ball pythons that get like that.
Yep.
yeah, it'd be really. I would think having a gar in your fish tank that's bright orange would be a lot more attractive than one that looks more like a stick, because they just kind of sit at the top and don't do anything, like a log.
Yeah.
Well, if this one was all bright orange, that'd be a lot neater, I think.
Well, they have them in the hobby.
Unfortunately, they're illegal in California.
Really? Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, gars. We can't have gars in California.
Well, it's a fish that a lot of people shouldn't have because they get big.
Yeah.
And a lot of people take their big fish and drop them in their lake or their rivers because they think they're giving them a better home. Yeah. And it's messing up the whole system when you do that. So, yeah, either buy a bigger fish tank or take it to a fish store, or your weird brother Mike that likes to do things to animals. Just don't put it in your local.
Don't take that fish to weird brother Mike who likes to do things to animals. Don't.
Well, just don't put it in your fish
way. Muck boots on.
Or eat it. Just eat it.
There you go.
Yeah. I used to know a fisherman on the Missouri River who used to take, every time he caught an alligator gar on his trout lines, he would break its beak.
Oh.
And I told him, the alligator gar is probably the only fish in that river that's going to eat those Asian carp that he hates.
Yep. And they live for 100 years. I mean, they're disappearing because they're considered trash fish, and people, when they catch.
Yeah, sad. But I think gars are cool.
Yep.
Okay, so do you guys want to see what I got in the box from Luke Wang?
Well, did you notice you had a super chat before you started your stream?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
I didn't.
You can't see what the sticker is, but how do you say that? His last name's Chadwick.
Sean
Chadwick. It was a $3 super sticker.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you, Sean. You're awesome.
Forgot
Sean's
about that.
An awesome supporter.
He does that from time to time. It's usually before the stream,
Curl Kitty gets
He watches a lot of my shows after the fact too, and says replay crew. He's a great guy. Well, let's see what is in this banged up box.
Let's see what's in the Wang box.
California.
Well, maybe put it on the big screen there.
Yeah,
oh, yeah, good
yeah.
point. We
Put
don't
you
need
up
to see
there
the gar anymore. Okay, let's see if I can figure this one out. There we go.
Yay!
I'm a kitty.
Now,
Meow 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 meow.
when you're cutting towards your face,
The drugs
away
are
from the
kicking
face.
in.
I'm not-
See, but hey, it was to your benefit this morning, Rico. Those drugs helped you.
That was. I think you should continue on these.
And you're supposed to cut away from yourself with a knife.
He said that.
Yeah, but the box was bent, so it was hard to see.
Yeah. Well, you could be like Renee tonight when she was cutting sweet potatoes. She cut her fingers and one all the way down the bone.
Oh, she okay?
Yeah, we were listening to music outside, and we didn't hear her scream my name, and she ran outside and Anthony. So she was bleeding all over the place.
Oh.
So she put some. My student put some butterfly stitches on her, so she's doing okay now.
He opened the microphone.
Yeah.
It turns out my dad, he lost the tip of his thumb bone and he fractured the bottom part.
Oh.
And he had no ligament damage. So he's just got to keep it sewed up and it'll all go back together.
That's good.
Okay.
Fogged bag.
Is this Rotella asp? What's a? Is that?
That's SP species. That's SP.
Oh, okay.
Bangladesh? Is that what does that say?
Yeah,
Bangladesh.
Cool.
Bangladesh.
So, does any of you guys know what this plant is?
Well, it's a
I would say
Rotella
it's-
from Bangladesh.
Yeah, that was going to be my guess.
They don't know what species it is, but it comes from Bangladesh.
Is that maybe some of our plant experts in the chat? Maybe is that a hard one to find? Excuse me.
Well, I'm gonna drop it in a tank and float it. I guess it looks like a stem or something. Icopa Cardinia Anna. I'm terrible with these giant Latin names.
Yeah, me too. Cardiana?
Cardiana.
So I was pretty close on that one.
So Bacopa.
So that looks like some of the plastic plants that you can buy at the store.
Well,
Carolinia.
plastic. You never know.
Copa Carolinia. And what was the one Steven said he didn't catch the name on the first one? What was it again? It was Rotala,
Rotella,
Bangladesh.
Yeah. Rotella species Bangladesh.
That's what it looks like.
It does. And Paul said it looked like spinach. And yeah, it does. It does look like cooked spinach. And hi, Lefty.
Yeah,
Lefty Lucy.
And let's see. This one is Lord. Oh my gosh, you guys. This is probably not very good TV.
Lord of the Rings.
Normally, I like to try to have an idea of what I'm talking about before I do something on the show.
Oh, that's nice.
Lord
It is cool looking.
Hiptio.
Geddes.
Hiptid.
Hyptis.
Hyapatha.
Hiptis
Hiptis.
loretensis, or I have no idea.
Well, that's interesting. And
Yeah, Killer Kitty.
okay,
Me
now
too.
this
He
is
said
the
I
one
love the
that I
wide
can
leaf.
keep alive. This is a microval. So
Listen, I got that one too. Wait till you put it in a tank. Oh my God.
Now, how big do those get normally? You said it's a micro.
If it's my guess, it only gets to about 6 inches.
That's
What my I have a micro screw.
A micro screw. What do you use it on your glasses?
It just gets like that big. Oh, this is a pretty one. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna have. I do have a CO2 that I got from Sean Peck, and maybe I'm gonna have to hook it up.
Well, I just got a CO2 regulator too, so maybe we can be CO2 buddies.
Look, Wigia.
Oh, it just has narrow leaves, Steven says.
Yeah.
It grows forever like regular val. It just has narrow leaves.
Oh, nuts. Whoa, that's still fun. I love them.
Luigi
look-
or
I got
something.
jungle val, and now narrow val.
I want plants now. You just made me just seeing these for some reason. I see plants all the time. I watch Wet Your Plants. I watch all these shows, but for some reason, looking at this is making me want plants.
Which is bizarre since they don't really look so hot in bags.
It's just maybe pulling up all the different ones. Murdona. It's the murder plant.
And oh my gosh, there's still a lot more. Ooh,
Delightful Delilah.
Okay, so far this is my favorite.
Another Luigi, but what? Repens.
Oh, Repens. And what?
Times gladiolus. It's a hybrid.
Glandular.
Gladiolus
pretty
or
this
something.
is.
Glandular.
Yeah, I wonder, Delilah might sell some of these things at her fish store because she has a pretty fancy fish store.
Steven said the Inclinata needs CO2 and uninhibited access to light. And Lefty said he got plants today too. And Matilda's here, says hello from Aunt Donna and Uncle Bruce, Lori, and Harley.
Hello, Uncle
Hi,
Bruce.
guys. It was
Hello.
so much fun having Harley and Laura here last week, even though we should have played a drinking game for every time somebody called Laura Malia. It felt Laura's big sister is Malia.
Oh,
And somehow it's like, I think she was called Laura or Malia by almost every single person but me.
Yeah.
hope I would never call her that. But my dad, he said a prayer at a big dinner and called her Malia in the prayer. And one time he had a prayer like 20 years ago with our, maybe 35, 40 years ago. I don't know. Whenever my sister got married to her husband, but he could not remember Henry's name to save his life. It was so funny. So I don't know what's worse, being called somebody else or not knowing what the name is altogether. But hey, it's just a new son-in-law. But okay, look at this big sucker. It's all green. Hygrophila.
That's
I'm,
it.
I'm like, like it's gonna make any difference. Like, you know, I'm looking down.
You're trying to see if you can pronounce it like you had some glasses on, you're looking over the top.
Now this one does not look very impressive, but it's probably super fancy. It has a root system.
It's a crypt. And it's purple. Cryptocorn.
Aponigeton?
No, it's crypt. Yeah, wait a minute. Aponigeton cryptus purple. Oh man.
I hope it's
Ooh.
not flamingo,
No.
because I'm really good at killing flamingo. I have tried. I think I've wasted $100 on flamingo. It's terrible.
Aponigeton. Oh, I love Aponigetons. Oh.
Real quick, we have a question from Oinky. She wants to know if any of us have tried growing sweet potato for its foliage. I just saw somebody just recently. Who was it?
My mom. We were growing a sweet potato in the kitchen all summer long. But
Somebody for in the aquarium. She says sweet potato for its foliage in the aquarium. And I just saw somebody just doing it just recently, and I don't remember who it was. Was it Mike from All Things Fish? I can't remember who it was.
I want to do it really bad. The best sweet potatoes to get for your fish tank are ones at the farmer's market, because they have the eyes still on them. If you go and buy them at a grocery store, they knock all the eyes off. And the eyes are where the roots come out. So if you get the ones with the eyes still, you're going to have much better root structure. So
Shane had it. It was Keith. So did Fox Ann. Yeah, Keith from KJE was doing that's who it was. Yep. Thank you guys.
Ugh, I ain't even trying that. Glossy.
Pretty little one.
Oh.
So,
almost look like purslane. Purslane? It's not an aquatic. Purslane? Is that how that one looked like a terrestrial plant that grows in, it's a weed. It grows just about everywhere, and it's actually really tasty, and nobody really harvests it for some reason. Grows in gardens all over the place, and it tastes good.
Oh, well, that's cool. Tomorrow, I think what I'll do is I'll set up a 20 long or a 20 tall in the fish room, because I've got an area where I can put one in, and I'll hook the CO2 system up to that 20 tall and put these plants in there and just grow the plants and maybe a couple snails or something and see what happens. Oh, let's go back to everybody on screen. There we go. So that way I can experiment with CO2 with these fancy pants plants and not feel bad if I kill them all because I got them for free.
Now,
And
is Luke?
what did
Sorry, go ahead. You go.
and Steven said something about one of them needs a lot of light. Do they all need?
He said
Standard
one of
light?
them needs CO2. Where was that at? Sorry, I'll scroll back up. Inclinata needs CO2 and uninhibited access to light.
Uninhibited means as much light as possible, nothing in front of it.
Yeah, not blocked. Not yeah.
Okay, well, we'll try to make sure there's no duckweed in this tank.
Larry.
That's awesome. So, Dr. Anthony, do you ever deal with the plants in Peru?
Okay, so everybody thinks the Amazon, there's all these plants. The plants in the Amazon are out in the Pantanal, in the plains region. In the rivers, in the creeks, there's very few plants. It's mostly, if there's plants, it's water hyacinths, water lettuce, floating plants. There's no submergent plants at all.
Why is it
very little.
because of the water? Is it darker? Or
It's dark stained water. It's fast moving water.
yeah.
It's so all the plants we think of as Amazonian plants are in the very outreaches of the Amazon basin, the places that dry out a lot and flood occasionally. Stay damp. They're more amphibious plants. Like all the Amazon swords are really amphibious plants here. You don't see them growing in the water. You see them growing on the edges of the banks and stuff.
Wow, that's cool.
So, in the
Before
hobby, we
water
do a little
hyacinths.
converting.
Oh, what was that? I
So
talked over you. I'm
in-
sorry, Skip.
Because of that, what we do in the hobby, we convert it a lot and make it different than what they're used to in their natural habitat.
Yeah, they do grow flooded, when the region floods, but they spend half their life at least, just with moist.
So they grow immersed. Starlink just froze up on them. So they grow
Yeah, Starlink.
immersed.
So
Is it immersed? Is out of water?
immerse is in water. No, immerse is out of water. Yes, immersed is in water.
Yeah. Immersed, and then they transfer to submersed whenever they flood. Okay.
Yeah, the biggest Amazon sword plants I've ever seen were in Cambodia, at this fish farm, who used the Amazon sword plants in the water that he received from chicken manure runoff, and they were about 8 feet tall, and they were grown just in moist soils. They
Nice.
were huge plants.
That's crazy.
Wow, was it
Yep.
smelly?
Well, it actually wasn't smelly because the plants did a
Nice.
really good job at bioremediation, cleaning up that water.
Good.
Plants are pretty
Yeah, they
cool.
did great. Yeah.
Mhm. And then
Mike,
from there, the water would go into a big old huge Daphnia pond. So, he basically had just a very sustainable system, and he bred guppies and bettas that, never had to buy food for because he had all that Daphnia.
That's awesome. I'd love that. That'd
Yeah.
be so cool. Not even for money, just to have, just to have it, You, Ed, real quick, you just got a membership message from Oinky. She just said, "Want to say thank and send my love to all." She's been a member for 10 months.
Oinky is amazing. Oh, my glasses fell down. Oinky is amazing. Thank you, Oinky, for being so cool.
My pond has definitely changed, just like in the last couple of weeks when the plants really started, because it was so green that it looked like Dawn liquid, dish soap, but green. Just had that and I put some duckweed and water lettuce out there. Week later, that water is just like pristine. It's so clean. It looks beautiful. It's crystal clear. It was amazing because it was like that all winter, and then all the way up until just now, it's finally cleaned up, and it just took those plants a week really to take care of it.
Yep.
See, I had an issue. I had that. We talked about it before, but it was like that slime algae, and I took care of that with the API's algae flex or fix or whatever. And then I think another problem I was having was my temperatures were fluctuating a lot. So it was real cold at night, and then it was hot during the day. So there was nothing, like the plants that I had in there could not take off. And now that they have, because I've had a consistent temperature for a while, it's doing great now.
Thunder. Sorry, the storm's coming, and I'm so super excited. I just love a good thunderstorm.
You love it here. Every night we've been having thunderstorms here.
Same here. I've had a hard time this summer producing a lot of guppies from my pond or my tubs. Normally, by this time of year, my tubs are running at about 82 degrees, and the guppies are just breeding like insane. But this year, my temperatures are about 73 because it rains every day. And I've been pulling water out, and I just have not seen the fry. And it's like they went to colder water than what they had in my fish room. It's kind of bizarre. But I'm hoping we'll have a nice warm August, hopefully, and they'll kick in. Because that's one thing is female guppies will kind of collect the eggs. So they'll have bigger drops. If they aren't dropping every 30 days, they'll have a larger drop when they can. So hopefully I'll get some good drops in next month.
I was worried like you was, but with my tricolor Madaka rice fish. I was like, man, nothing is happening. All of a sudden, bam, there's a bunch of fry in that little 20 pond. So we'll see what happens.
Now,
my
are you keeping the adults? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Are you keeping the adults with the fry, or are you? Okay.
Yeah, I got water hyacinth in there, some moss. I put a frog bit, and there's some water lettuce. So there's a lot of roots. Like there's a lot of movement. Finally got the 100-gallon pond I want to put in set in place. So I'm going to start digging that hopefully this week. And that way, whenever I get it up and running, I'll take some stuff out of that 20 and move over to it. Just so, they get more swimming room. But they're doing great. I mean, I see fry like all the time. So, and the bigger ones are doing good.
That's awesome. Okay, Rico, sorry.
He froze.
Uh-oh.
I'm glad it's not me this time.
I was just going to say that my tub is doing, my guppy tub is doing great. Oh, you're back. You froze for a minute.
We're
you're
having
back.
Storms too.
I was just going to say my guppy tub is doing really good. They're going like crazy. There's frogs in there with them, but they're little green tree frogs. They're not the bullfrogs. So I'm not too concerned about it. They seem to be fine, and there's tons of fry. So, and they're just all different kinds. But I did see some males with some really good colors. So hopefully, they'll be decent enough. And part of the reason I do that is to bring them to the clash for that give a kid a tank thing, so that the kids can have some of those, and just to give away to people who want them. So, hi Ryan, hi brother Dan, everybody else that came in. A whole bunch of more people have come in too. So hi everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
Larry D here.
2 years ago was the first time I did a tub, and it was that same 20-gallon. And I did Maria's Guppies. They're the Tiger Galaxy Guppies. And I remember what they looked like whenever I got them. I had them in a tank quarantine, and whenever I set it up, and when I brought them into the house, I was like, oh my God, the colors was ridiculous.
Well,
and I never knew that until, they their colors are crazy outside.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious to see this year. I did some. It's a variant of white clouds I did last year. Oh man, I gotta ask Vinay what they were. We both bought them. But anyways, I'm curious to see what the Mandakas will look like when I bring them in, because I know what they look like before I put them in.
Yeah. Last year was the first year that the Guppies. You saw what they looked like when I brought them to the Clash. They weren't that good. The year before, it was mostly females, and the color was washed out. They weren't. It was weird because there was a ton of males I put in there, and they were beautiful all summer long. And then it came time to take them to the Clash, and they weren't very impressive at all. So this year, I'm hoping that they go back to the year before that, because those were beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
It was weird. I don't know what the difference was. I did things the same exact way, so I don't know what same stock and everything. So I don't know what.
Yeah, that's a
maybe
question.
If you had one predator knocking off all your best males, because you had a lot of females, so males are dumber and slower and prettier. So the bigger and the prettier they are, the more we like them, but so do the predators.
I don't know what it would have been, but that's definitely a possibility. I mean, I don't know, maybe an insect of some type. I don't know. Yellowstone.
Doctor, you got a question.
Okay.
Is it Caprice P?
Yep.
Do you know Lake Erie mayflies?
I've never met them. Or is that a new singing group?
I was
No,
thinking that too, but no.
No, I know they, there are some mayflies there, but there's so many different types of mayflies. I do not know of that particular species.
Me neither, because we get a lot of mayflies down here. And honestly, actually, we didn't get them really this year because it was really cold.
I just wanted to. I know a lot of the community, not a lot, but there's been some people in our community that have been getting ladybugs a lot recently. And I was really doing some reading and stuff, and it turns out the ladybugs are fine. They're great to have, right? But there's something that's even better that doesn't, like ladybugs oftentimes will take off. Like even you release 100 of them, 1,000, whatever. The next day they all take off. They're going somewhere else because they always go down the mountain. Once they hatch, they go down the mountain to breed. Well, green lacewings will eat way more even than the ladybugs, and they don't go anywhere. They stay right there, and if you get a decent colony of them going, they'll actually come back year after year after year. So, and they're not super expensive. So just for the people that were thinking about ladybugs to get rid of aphids and things like that, the green lacewing, and they're native to the area, to most of North America, so you're not bringing in anything invasive.
Green lacewings?
Yeah.
Green lacewing, yeah.
And they're actually a nice little food for topwater fish.
Yeah, we get those
That's
too
awesome.
here. They're not bad looking bug, actually.
No, they're very cool looking. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
And Caprice said that he wants to know, so how is it that we have bad algae do not swim warnings, but the mayflies are supposed to be a sign of healthy water at the same time? Well, they must not be a sign of healthy water then if you've got the bad algae. Maybe it's a different type of bad water.
Now,
Because I most mayflies, especially the larvae, like fast moving water. So, I've never heard that they're an indication of healthy water per se.
So if he's talking about a lake, okay.
Yeah.
From my experience with the lake here, Lake Racetown, okay, it all depends on where they take the test from. What's going on in that area of that lake, but the rest of the lake could be perfectly fine.
Yep.
It happens so much here, it's not even funny. It'll be like, well, you shouldn't be swimming right now because we got this bacteria bloom. Yeah, there's 10 dead fish over there from the fishermen. Stuff like that. They don't go where people ain't.
I
So
heard a
it's
thing.
some blue-green algae toxic. Well, blue-green algae is actually cyanobacteria. It can be toxic to the animals.
Did I say he? Caprice? I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But
Sorry,
I'm not
Doctor.
sure. Yeah, I don't think it's, we get fish poisoning from it in the ocean, but I don't know how toxic freshwater blue-green algae is. Spirogyra is eaten as a food source. Spirulina, that's blue-green algae.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it really just depends upon what blue-green algae.
It's
And
not
I
very
apologize, Caprice. If I was the one that did that, I apologize. If I said he.
Yeah,
had
Rico
a
has
blue
a problem
spirulina.
distinguishing that these days. So he,
That's
she,
because I don't care. He, she, it don't matter.
I had a blue-green spirulina slushy once, or smoothie, and it was terrible. I called it a coconut dream or something, and I drank it or a blue coconut dream, I think is what it was called. And I was like, "What is in this? It's horrific." And they said, "Oh, that's the spirulina algae we put in there that makes it blue and gross."
I've never
And I was
tried
like,
it. I've never-
Just give me the coconuts, smoothies. I don't want that algae.
I've heard though it's supposed to be really good for you.
well, in my aquaculture class to show students, this is some of the stuff that you grow in aquaculture. But it was fish food spirulina, not really health food spirulina. So
Is there a difference? Just to the
yeah,
quality of it, maybe the cleanliness of it or something?
yeah, the quality, the cleanliness, food grade has to be inspected where fish
Yeah.
grade doesn't have to be inspected by the FDA.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
it's really basically the same.
I've got a question. Now, earlier, Dr. Anthony, you said that you've got water hyacinth that floats in your waters, and
Yeah.
that's invasive from India. But do you have water lettuce? Is that from
Yeah, there's
South
water
America and
lettuce
Central
here.
America?
There's
Is that native?
That's native. We also have azolla, which is invasive here, that grows in some of the lakes that become polluted. There's one lake that used to never have it, and all of a sudden, it's completely covered with it. You can't even navigate the lake anymore because it's just so thick now.
Now, can a caiman live in there?
Yeah, but there's no caimans around here because people shoot them and eat them. So
Dang it. That would have been a perfect place for a caiman to live if it was useless to humans.
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Man, where's the storm at?
you're disappointed it hasn't hit you yet, huh?
I can hear it. I can hear it over the lake, but I can't. I want you guys to hear it.
Now, Dr. Anthony, are you doing a Wednesday show still? I've been missing it
Yes,
for a while now.
Did a Wednesday show yesterday. I had actually our resident manager come on and speak. Spoke most of it in Spanish, but my student Evan translated, so it was half in Spanish, half in English. So I'll tell you a story about Evan. He 19-year-old kid, great kid. Last night we had a major thunderstorm, and a lightning hit maybe half a mile away from the research center. And it scared him so much he ran back into his dorm room. I mean, he literally we were all just sitting out there just looking, and he took off right.
That's funny.
And he said, no, I wasn't scared. I didn't know what to do.
What you do that at 1 p.m. Eastern time, though, right?
I do it at yeah, because we're
Okay, I'm gonna set my alarm for next Wednesday.
Yeah, because I'm at work.
Yeah,
At 1:30.
I have no problems. Weekdays are not the best times to stream anyway, and it's summertime. So yeah, it's
I
just
like
fun going on.
that one's that one's very educational though too.
Yeah, sometimes.
It's very good. I like it quite a bit.
No, you're supposed to say yes, Skipper. It is all the time. Not
Oh, it's all the time. Yes, I'm sorry. Yes, it's.
I think it
highly
is all the
educational.
time.
me too.
Ooh, There was some thunder. I haven't seen a time. I don't catch it every time because Wednesday's usually my non-internet day. But every time I've caught it, education is a good way to put it. Definitely, I always learn something from it.
And if you put your what time was that alarm? 12:33 or 1:26?
1:26. So I'd have 4 minutes to get to.
No, you'd be a half hour late.
It's at 1.
Oh.
You're Eastern,
Well, that's
but
no
you're
good.
not Central.
Yeah. That's okay. Half
Okay.
hour late. That's acceptable with me.
Better late than never.
I don't lock the doors on you. I don't lock the stream saying you can't come in after a certain time.
Yeah, you don't shut the doors, right?
So
That'll work.
all right. This way I have 15 minutes before the show because I hate missing it because it's really good. It was fun when my mom had her not dialysis. She had rehab classes during that time.
Physical
rehab.
rehab.
Physical therapy.
Yeah.
Yes. Physical therapy.
Rehab.
And
Rehab.
I would go. Her place was right next door to a Crystal's, so I'd go into Crystal's and get some food, and then go and listen to Dr. Anthony in the car, and it was awesome. But then my mom begged the doctor to get her out of the class because she hated it.
She was done with rehab.
Yep.
So I don't know if you can see this. So again, the blue dots where I live. See how it comes? The yellow comes right by me. We miss it.
Yep. Maybe
It goes
that
right around us.
River.
So there's the green, and then
right
look,
there was that one thunder hit that you had.
all around us, and that's how it goes. Like all the damn time, it like goes north of us, south of us. Maybe we'll get something from that one end of it, but I mean, there's quite a bit coming. There's quite a bit there, so it's a good sized storm.
If you are a person that loves to watch storms, the best place is the Midwest in South Dakota.
You can see them coming forever.
Oh my, it is crazy. Because you know how you see the pictures of the tall clouds and stuff like that? When it's coming toward you, you get to see all that, and I think it's pretty cool.
That's just like the lake. When you look over Lake Ontario, you can see it coming forever, and massive clouds. And Skipper, you're going to get this too if you haven't already.
I'm in the basement, so I'm good.
John from Select Pet put out a video this week about leaving his fish alone for 10 days in his house. And he walks in with the lights off and just shows you what happened. And it is an awesome video. Good job, John. And
I haven't seen that one yet. I don't know.
It's really good. Everybody needs to check out John. I think he's at 977 subs. So he only needs like 23 more to hit 1,000, which will be cool.
You're little.
Oh,
sorry,
yes.
Ed. I keep interrupting you tonight. I'm so sorry. Your little sister gave you a $5 super chat.
Oh, thank you so much, Killer. You're awesome. Killer's so cool. I hope she can get to the Clash someday, or to maybe that other thing in South Carolina or North Carolina or wherever it is. That one that I didn't make. I don't know what happened. Something happened.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to make it. Oh, I hurt my back. And I wasn't able to move for like 2 weeks. That was pretty crappy. That was right before my birthday. Yep. But
We all need to go to the Clash
awesome.
this year, John. That's what we need to do.
Yeah.
That's what,
Yep.
a Triple Crown reunion. Well, I didn't get to go to that, but yeah. I mean, all 4 of us will be there.
Yeah.
What is that one? It's like not Aquatic Expo, right? What's it called? The one it was in Charlotte. Was it in Charlotte?
That was Aquatic
I think
Expo.
it was the Aquatic Expo.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. That's the one you're talking about, right?
Yeah. Now, next year, I'm waiting to find out if I'm still working for Aquashella or not. I hope I am. The one that I really think I'm going to try to make sure I go to next year is in Tampa Bay. The ALA is in Tampa Bay. And I went to the ALA in Miami like 3 years ago, and I learned so much. I went by myself, and Corey went down, so I got to hang out with Corey quite a bit, which was kind of surprising. I wasn't planning on getting to hang out with somebody, as cool as that guy. But and he bought me a bunch of dinners, which was really nice. But still, I learned so much from those ALA classes. I got to go to every single one, and it was amazing, learning about all the different live bears and from guys that have done all sorts of things that I've wanted to do, but I never did. And it's like a way to find out about stuff. And I was really looking forward to doing that at the Triple Crown, but it was such a mess last year. I got into one live bear show or like class. And it was the same guy that I went to the year before in Miami. He was like the only guy I didn't like in Miami. He talked about how to breed fancy mollies. And it's like, I was really looking forward to seeing him in Miami. He was like, this is the number. And then I was like, this is so boring. He was just terrible. And then I ended up seeing that one again. Such a bummer. I left. I left his show halfway through. I was like, I just can't sit through this again.
Do you remember his name, or do you not want to say it?
I don't remember his name. He lives in Miami. He's a French guy. Maybe John will remember, because I saw his show or his class with John the second time.
We heard that one too, Rico.
Did you hear it?
Yeah, I heard the first one too.
Oh, I thought you did that because I said he's a French guy.
No.
Oh.
I thought you
heard that too.
Not supposed to say he's French.
I am French too. My last name is actually French, not Italian,
Oui, oui.
as people would think.
Oh, wow.
Anthony, we
Oui. Man, that's really going, Rico.
Yeah, it's coming.
You
Woo!
seem like
I want to
a really
go run.
cool French person.
If it wasn't actual, lightning, I would be out there running around in it, because I absolutely love just an amazing storm. Love them.
Two of my
I
old
get so
hockey
energized.
mates were French.
What'd you say?
Two of my old hockey mates were French. They were brothers, the Duvall brothers, Joe and Puff. Yeah, I played probably 1,000 games with them between ice hockey, floor hockey, and roller hockey. We played for years.
Dee Dee had a quick question, and it's almost time, right, to go over. But Dee Dee wanted to know if I saw. I didn't hear you say anything about the chip challenge that your dog Lola did, but I did. I commented on the video actually, yeah, because her dog did a chip challenge. Not the one chip challenge, the one chip challenge, just a chip challenge, and it was funny. It was good. I commented on the video itself, but I didn't hear you say it in Fox Hands' stream. Fox Hands'. Fox Hands'.
And guys, there's only 2 more weeks to Fox Hands. Wait, what's Foxy Roxy's show called?
Hot Mess Express.
Okay, go check her out. She's probably got 20 to 22 more gifts to give away, because she'll be doing giveaways next week and the following week. And today I took a nap because I dyed my beard, and when I dye my beard, I just take a nap because I can't do anything else. But
because it's so exhausting when you dye your beard. Can you dye it one hair at a time, or what?
It's the chemicals.
When I do it, and I stay awake, I feel something, and I scratch it, and I get it all over my hands. So the best thing to do is just put my mask on and listen to music and go to sleep.
It's raining hard. I told Ed when he goes like this, when he puts his chin out, it looks like a peach.
It was worse earlier. It was Rico and I were on a stream, just the two of us earlier, and he said that. But you guys, I don't know if she's given out my prize yet, but I have donated something to Foxy's show. Let's see.
Nice.
Oh, Foxy's there. What'd she say? Oh, what? Hey, Foxy, have you given out my gift yet?
I haven't seen it. She said, "Shh, Ed." I really wish I could have donated, but
I'm not going to say what I donated.
I was not able to.
if you want a shot at something I handcrafted, go check out Foxy Fish's show called The Fish Maids.
Called the
Fish.
Hot Mess Express.
The Hot Mess Express. Hot Mess Express.
Hot mess.
It's the fish mish. Fish.
Express.
Yeah, now
Hot
you
Mess
infected all of us.
Express.
It's the Fish Myths in July on the Hot Mess Express with Roxanne and Dee Dee.
I blame Dee Dee for all the hard words.
Foxy's Fishes.
But guys, thank you for all the super chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being members. Mods, you guys are awesome. Thank you for doing everything. And everybody, thank you for just hanging out with us 4 guys and having a fun time tonight. We're going to go over to Skipper's and have some fun there. And I hope we'll see y'all there. And thank you, Skipper, Rico, and Doc Ant for coming on too and hanging out with me.
You're
And
welcome.
let's see.
Good night, everybody.
I'm going to hit the thing.
Hit